setting. Oh my, okay, no, it's fine. Look at the tea. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, look at my nails. I'm ready for the summer. I'm ready for the summer. Okay, sorry. First book, because these all tumbled down. I have a good amount of books. Most of these tabbed, of course. We could start off with 'Love in Other Words' by Christina Lauren. This book is so good. It goes between the past and present, and it follows Macy and Elliot. And pretty much they were friends and then turned lovers. And then a situation happened and they fell out and haven't talked to each other in years until they run into each other again and they start reconnecting and rekindling back love, and old feelings start conjuring up. And I love it so much because it goes between past and present, showing why they broke up and why, you know, this happened, and then them fixing their relationship. And it's so good. I annotated a lot. This is how you know I like the book, when it has a good amount of tabs. It was a really good, it's a cute book. Like, I love it. It has cute little text messages, and I think everyone should read this book. It's really nice. Next, King of Greed. This is a library book. I need to return it. I think I'm gonna return it on Tuesday. That's besides the point. This book had me in this book had me in a chokehold. It's so good. It's so good. Pretty much it follows Dominic and, how do I say her name again? Alessandra, whatever her name is. And it's a marriage in trouble trope. And they're married, and they've been married for years now. And Dominic has kind of been married to his work instead of her. She feels very like alone and like she doesn't matter. So she's like, I'm done. I'm not gonna keep entertaining you. I'm gonna go ahead and find someone else. And he's like, no, I need you. And like, it's so cute because it goes like, sometimes it shows like flashbacks to when he was a lot poorer and he like had so much more time for her. But since he's running a millionaire business, I don't know what happened to my voice. Anyways, so he was poor and now he's a billionaire, and he has this very like scarcity mindset where like he needs to continue to work because he's scared that if he takes any time off, his business is gonna plummet. And she's like, you're being dramatic, it's not gonna plummet, da da da. And then he fights to win her back because she's like, I want a divorce, I'm done. Yeah, I gotta read it. It's so good. By Anna or Anna. I don't know how to say her last name, but it's a good book. And he even learns Portuguese for her. And that kind of was just like, it like melted my heart because he didn't have to. And I was like, he's not very good at school, but he still tried to learn Portuguese for her. Not try, he did. This one. The Heart Principle. This book is so good. This book is so good. I loved it. I read it twice. It follows Anna and Quinn. Anna is a people pleaser. She struggles with just like doing things for herself. She struggles with speaking up and all that. And when her boyfriend says that he wants an open relationship, she's like, okay, well, I want one too, even though she doesn't feel comfortable with it. So she's like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and find someone to, you know, do it with. And she finds Quinn. But it doesn't go as planned, and they start to form an emotional connection with each other instead of a sexual one. And it's so good. And it's just so good. And I also say this one as well. I feel like every book in this series is good. And I think you guys should read every book in this series. Look, like I even highlighted it because like I thought it was such a cute book. Like it's so cute, like honestly. Look, I even have more. I think I want to reread this as well. Okay, I'm gonna put this in another pile. I'll put this over here. I feel like I want to reread it. Another book is these. This is a duet. This is the first book, The Confidence of Wallflowers, and this is the second book, The Reconstruction of Wallflowers. They're very emotional, very loving. I love the couples, not couples. This ends off on a cliffhanger and it finishes in this one. So it follows just one couple, Thayer and Salem. It's an age gap, single dad, grumpy neighbor, you know, romance, and I think it's amazing. Oh yeah, I see it's an age gap. I'm 18, he's 31. The way that I did not know it was that big of an age gap, like I don't remember. The way I don't remember the age gap being that big, I was like, oh, I was shocked. I was like 18. I thought she was 19, lowest. I know that's not that big of a difference, but I mean, she's still just a child, 18. It was a good book though. I'm sorry. It was a good book. It was just that kind of threw me off. I didn't remember it being that big of an age gap. Okay, back to the video. I didn't remember it being that big of an age gap. Oh lord. It's still a good book though, and I really enjoyed it, and I thought it was amazing. And then the reconstruction of Wallflowers, after the ending of this book, they didn't end off on like a good note. That's why this is the reconstruction. They're kind of reconstructing their relationship, getting back together, figuring out like how to deal with their mental health, and there's a lot of death that goes on in here as well. It's very emotional. It made me cry, both of them, and it's a really good book, and I think everyone should read it anytime on, but especially over the summer, because I mean, look at these cute covers. It's giving very summery vibes, in my opinion. I think this one, Asher's Voice. I feel like we all know and love this book. Well, I don't know about love, but I feel like we all know it. If you're on Book Talk, you have seen this book before. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. I love Asher. Pretty much just follows Bree and Asher. I just realized I called this man Asher all video, and his name is Archer. Please don't mind me. You guys know what his name is. And Asher's mute. And Bree's this newcomer to their small town, and everyone treats Asher like he's a monster, treat him like shit. I don't even remember what I was talking about because I just had to delete a whole bunch of things, and then my dad called, so then I was on the phone. So yeah, but I'm back. Anyways, I was talking about Archer's Voice. I don't remember exactly what I was talking about. Like, he's mute, she's really nice to him. I don't remember what I was talking about. It's a really good book. It's really cute. I honestly annotated it as well because it's so emotional, and it's just so cute to see that she's like the only one really treating him fair and treating him like a human being, while everyone's just being so mean to him. And it was just like, it was so cute. I also did some highlighting in here as well. Another book is, I don't know if this was like that before. I think it's fine. I'm gonna stop worrying about the angle. Okay, next is It Happened One Summer. It has summer in the title, so I think we need to read this during the summer. It follows Piper and what's the name? Brandon. And it's like an opposites attract kind of situation. He's a fisherman, and she's like this like fashion icon, and she goes to this small town, and he's kind of like really standoffish, offish, grumpy, and she's like, you know, preppy or whatever, and he thinks that she would not last a week in their small town. She's here to prove him wrong, and there's a lot of tension, and you know what happens when there's tension. They just happen to be together, and it's so cute. It's so cute. I like this book a lot. I also tabbed this one a bit. It's not as aesthetic, but it's tabbing nevertheless. Okay, I have two more romances and then thrillers. This one is Tell Me Three Things. It's such a cute book. I have a little bit of tabbing. It's a YA, and it's about this girl who moves to this new town. She's starting a new school, and she gets an email from this anonymous person who's giving her tips and guides on how to survive through this high school. And she knows it's someone from the high school. She knows it's a boy. She doesn't know who exactly. So it follows them kind of connecting and talking about personal matters and similarities, and them like, you know, forming a bond. Not only that, but also her trying to figure out like clues and hints of who exactly is texting me. And it's such a cute book, and I love it. Okay, last but not least is Dating Dr. Dill. I think you can read this in any season. I enjoyed this book. I don't know, Karina and Dr. Prim, and pretty much it's like a, my family wants me to date you, my family wants me to date you, and it's like, oh, our families are kind of like forcing us together, but we don't really like each other. and they don't really like each other, but they have their families' pressure on their backs of trying to actually get to know each other, and that's kind of how they become together. I don't remember too much about the book, but I know I enjoyed it, and I typed it a bit as well. I want to try to find a quote. Look how he says it. Rena, honey, kiss me. Calls her honey. So like the fact is like I don't remember much about this. On that pile. Okay, now for the thrillers. This is a famous one. You see it all over TikTok. The Silent Patient by Alex. I'm not gonna try to pronounce his last name. It's pretty much a book about Alyssa, who Alyssa, and she kills her husband Gabriel. After that, she goes mute. She doesn't talk, period. This criminal psychotherapist, what's his name? Theo. Yeah. Theo is really interested in Alyssa and her story, and he starts talking to her, and I think that's all I can say. I don't want to spoil it because it's such a good book, but somehow people are connected, and somehow Alyssa is not all as bad as she may seem, and Theo is the one that exposes that. And overall, it's oh my god, the book is so good. The book is so good. I had to tab it. I was like, oh shit, half of the time, because it was plot twist after turn, plot twist after plot twist. I'm like, kind of thing. So yeah, look at my handwriting. It was a good book. I think you guys should read this. Okay, next book is The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. This book it's a 3-book series, and pretty much it's about this maid who starts working for this couple, and hold on. Yeah, no, okay. I was thinking of another book, sorry. No, but it still is a maid who lives in this house for this family. She's a live-in maid, and pretty much Nina, who is the wife, and you have Andrew. Nina is really strange. She's doing really strange things. She's telling lies. She's really conniving, and it's like, and then you have Andrew, who's this really loving, sweet, understanding, and the main character of the housemaid kind of starts falling for Andrew. That's all I can say. You need to read it. Go ahead, you can read it on Kindle if you don't want to actually buy the book. You just need to read it. Okay, last thriller for Summer Rex is The Woman in the Window. This book is by AJ Finn. It's also a movie, and I think there's a series kind of based on it as well. But you guys should watch the movie. The movie is literally the same thing. Pretty much it follows Anna. A lot of these characters' names are Anna. Well, pretty much Anna spies on her neighbors. She doesn't leave her house. She drinks wine. She takes meds. She's not in the best spot mentally, and she has this phobia where she doesn't leave her house. So she people watches her neighbors. She sees a murder go on with the new neighbors in town, and she calls the police there's this murder going on. You guys need to hurry up and come. But when the police come and they check over on the neighbors, everything's fine. No blood, no body. Everything's completely fine. And the person who supposedly she saw get murdered was fine. So it's who's lying here? And everyone's making Anna feel like she's insane. And she's I know what I saw. And she's really stuck on it. But mind you, she does not leave her house. So it's kind of hard for her to prove everything just by watching through her window. And the plot twist at the end shocked. It really caught me off guard. I was what? It was a good book, but I love all 3 of these thrillers, and I think you guys should all read them. Read all of them. Okay, on to my physical summer TBR. I don't have too much books. I think I have 7, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 7. 2 thrillers, rest are 2 fantasies, and 3 romances. But let's get into it. First one is The Teacher, which is a thriller by Frida Frida McFadden, and pretty much it's about Eve and Addie. Eve is a teacher at, what is it called? Caseham High, and Addie is a student. And there was this this teacher-student affair going on, not with Eve and Addie, but I feel like I'm gonna confuse you guys. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm trying to explain that as best as I can. So pretty much it just follows Eve and Addie, and it goes between their two POVs. And Addie was involved in a teacher-student scandal with this teacher a couple months ago or a year back. And Eve is like, there's something suspicious about this case. Like, there's something suspicious about this affair. It doesn't seem all right. And she starts digging into past and just digging into Addie, period. And Addie's like, I can't have that happening. So Addie's like trying her best to keep all her secrets at bay, while Eve is like trying to let everyone know that Addie's not what she seems. And that's why you have the little apple and the teacher, and I think this cover is so cute. The only thing I wish was that I didn't have this right here. I don't like that. My other thriller is a library book, and it's The Only One Left by Riley Sager. It's a novel about this woman who supposedly hung her sister, and then a couple years later killed her parents, and everyone already says it's her. Like, everyone thinks that like it's her, she did it, and she's never left her home. After like all these springs of murders happen, she didn't leave her home. She stays there. She's confined there. She's not arrested because no one could truly prove that she did the murders. So after a couple years later, she's old, she's in her 70s, and she has like strokes. She had a couple strokes, so now she's mute. There's this new home nurse named Kit, and Kit's like, okay, well, I'm gonna be watching you, da 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 da. And Hope, who's the old lady, is like, she's mute, so she goes on her typewriter and she's like typing, and she typed, it wasn't me. But you don't know, because she's the only one that's not dead. Everyone else is dead. So it's like, you don't know if you could believe her. You don't know what to do. And then Kit starts believing her, but then Kit's revealing, like, she starts putting two and two together, and some things are not adding up. Like, she's like, is Hope really telling me the truth? Oh my god. I'm like so excited to read it. Like, honestly. Like, I feel like it's gonna be such a good book, because it's like, what do you do? Like, you're watching this woman who supposedly killed her whole family, and now she's telling like, it wasn't me. Now she's telling you a whole bunch of things about the past, but you don't know if it's true or not, because she could be lying. And oh my god, I'm like actually so excited. I feel like this is like probably the first book I want to read after I'm done reading my other thriller. That's it for thrillers. Now on to fantasies. I have two fantasies. This one is one I'm very excited about as well. I actually talked about this in my last reading vlog. This is One for My Enemy by Olivia Blake. And pretty much it's about like witches, rival family. I don't know too much about it. It's about these sisters and then these brothers, and they have this kind of feud going on, and it's just like magic, love, surprises, all that just in one. And it has even like little pictures. I feel like, where is it? I feel like these kind of like drew me, and I was like, these pictures, and just like, not only that, but just like the way it's written. It's like act 1, act 2. Like, look at this. This book looks like it's gonna be so good. I don't really know too much. Like, I don't know if it's like really romance-y or if it's just like regular fantasy, like rivalry. I'm not really sure, but I think I'm gonna enjoy it regardless. My other fantasy is All the Stars and Teeth. This is a duet. I only have book 1 though. Pretty much it's Amora, and she wants to prove that she's able to rule the kingdom, and no one really is taking her serious, so she has the help of Bastian, which is a mysterious pirate. Is going to help her prove that she is able to rule the kingdom. And you know, it's about powers, witches, magic, monsters, all that good stuff, and I'm actually so excited to read. I'm excited to read this one. And look at the map. I just have to show you guys because it's so gorgeous. Look at that. I think it's beautiful. Okay, now on to just regular romances. These three. First one, I don't know. I have not read a single Emily Henry book that I enjoyed. I've only read 2 of her books though, so I don't want to like write her off completely, but her books are just not it for me. I'm not gonna say that she's a bad author. It's just that her books personally are just not for me. But I want to give this book a chance. I bought like 2 of her books. No, like yeah, I bought 2 of her books at one time, and then I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know what I was thinking. But pretty much people we meet on vacation. It's like, I think it's like an friends to enemies to lovers. I could be wrong. I'm gonna read the back. Okay. It sounds pretty good. It doesn't sound terrible, but it's just like anytime like I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna like it. I feel like I don't want to write off the book already just because of the author, but it's like none of her books do it for me. They just don't. Let me sit up more. Yeah, this is better. I was like, I don't know why I was sitting down like that. The Summer of Broken Rules. I'm excited to read this one. I started a little bit. I didn't finish it. I'm on page 82, but I'm gonna take this out because I want to restart it completely because I read this during school and I read this like during class, so I wasn't really like locked into what was happening into the book, so I was confused. I was very confused, and I don't have any tabs actually. Look, a little family thing. A girl loses her sister, so she goes back to her small town, and her and her family have this tradition of things that they do every summer, and pretty much there's this family friend who joins in, and they kind of like, I don't know how to explain it, like, because I feel like this blur is not very good. Like, I'm sorry, I don't like this blur. I don't like the way it explains it. Anyways, and then this is Abby Hamena. I think that's how you say her next name. Just for the summer. I'm currently reading one of her books right now called Truly Yours on my Kindle, and it's so good. So I'm so excited to read this book. I bought this book. If you watched my last reading vlog, which you guys should, you see me book shopping at BJ's, and that's when I got this book. And when I didn't really know much about it when I first picked it up, but I'm so excited to read it because I didn't even know that she was a famous author on TikTok. Anyways, I didn't know that she was a famous author on TikTok until I saw like a whole bunch of people talking about it. So I'm excited. It follows, what's her name, Emma and Justin, and pretty much Justin makes a Reddit post about how after every girl that breaks up with him, in her next relationship she finds her soulmate and they end up getting married. She was like, I'm cursed. You know, and then Emma's like, well, I have the same thing. I'm also cursed. How would we just date for a couple months or weeks or whatever, and then afterwards we break up with each other and maybe we might find our soulmate? But obviously we know what's gonna happen. They end up falling in love with each other or not wanting to leave each other, and they